Hi everyone, welcome back to Limitless Travel with Jeff. I'm Jeff, and as you can see behind me, I'm on a cruise, so I'm doing what I love to do. This is my July of 2023 cruise on Serenade of the Seas, and I wanted to give you a video tour of the exterior parts of the ship, focusing on that top deck, those sun and fun activities, as well as a walk around the promenade. I hope you enjoy the video, and please remember to subscribe to the channel. And we're going to start out our tour of the outside of Serenade of the Seas from inside the ship. Inside the Windjammer, to be specific. Windjammer is a great spot. If you've cruised on with Royal Caribbean at all, you're familiar with it. It's the buffet dining that they have, open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is a very nice venue. It's typical of a lot of their ships, the hot stations, cold stations, drinks, dessert. Actually, the soft serve ice cream is in here as well. This ship, though, this class of ship has a very unique feature that after we get past the dessert station right here, you're going to see it here as we go through the doors. They have inside seating and outside seating. And this class of ship, along with the Quantum class, do the Alaskan sailings and some of the colder climates. So this would be a great spot on some of those if you want to come out and get some fresh air and check out the scenery as the ship sails along. But it was a little bit hot. This was a day one on the ship. It was a little bit hot this day. That's why there's not very many people out here. The rest of the cruise, I felt like it cooled off a bit. So this area did get a little bit more crowded. But as you can see, we're right in the back of the ship. You can see the wake, plenty of seating out here, just a great view from any angle. And they do have a drink station right here. So a few juices, coffees, ice water right there. And it does circle back around into the inside of the Windjammer. The stairs here would take you up to, as it says, Izumi, up on deck 12. We'll be up there shortly. And we'll head back in. And this area here is called the Windjammer Annex. And you can see some people getting drinks there. They just have pretty much 24/7, some coffee drinks, ice water right there if you want to get something quick. More seating right here if you want to sit outside and have your meal. And this area also brings us right to the main pool. This is fairly early on one of the days at sea, so there's not really many people around. But you can see it's a really nice pool area. And as usual, any of the sea days, this will get a little bit more crowded than when you're in port. There is a bar here on deck 11. Pretty good sized bar, and then one up above. I think that's the Sky Bar up on deck 12. Some hot tubs right here, and there's the screen if they're showing movies by the pool. That's where it would be on. And up above there was the Viking Crown Lounge. This is the morning we were docked in Cozumel, so this is a quick scan of the port. And we are on deck 12 right now. So we'll look down into the pool area. And also you can see Voyager of the Seas that was docked right next to us. After this, we're going to head into the solarium, which is also on deck 11. This is the adults only pool, so it's 16 and above. It does have a bar right there, and it's a really nice area. It's kind of unique. They actually have a roof that they can open and close depending on the weather. I was a little surprised. I thought it would be open since the weather was nice and warm, but it was almost so hot that they did actually keep it closed, and it was a little bit cooler in here. Not cold by any standards, but it did feel nice and comfortable. They've got some plants here to make it look nice. The scenery is kind of cool. It's not a huge area. Again, it'll get a little bit more crowded on those sea days. And this is a good look of that roof. I think the bottom section slides under the top when they do want to open that up. And I would say this has one of the more unique features on a cruise ship, where you can take a little walk over this bridge and go over the pool. So I don't think you see that a lot. And as you come back down, we're going to turn toward the right. And one of the showers is straight ahead. And beyond that, this is fairly early morning, so they don't have anything set up yet. But they have a drink station here if you want to get some juices, ice water, lemonade, iced tea. This is one of the grab-and-go sections on the ship. Usually that's all complimentary. And then you can keep circling around and head back to the main pool this way. And here we are back up on deck 12. You can see the sky bar. And it's got a good view down into the pool, along with the movie screen there and the Viking Crown Lounge. This is as we were approaching Cozumel, so fairly early in the morning. And it does give you a good feel. There are just tons of loungers around here. Plenty. I never saw all of them full, so there's always some available somewhere. And to the right there, that glass, that is the top of the solarium. And we're on deck 12 right now. Those would take you into the forward elevators. And we're going to circle around this area. This is a good spot up here on deck 12, and you'll see deck 13 in a little while. If you take a cruise out of Tampa, in which you're going to sail under the Sunshine Skyway, and you want to get a good look at that, this is a great area to go to. At the end of the video, you're going to see the video of that. And I think I was right here, right along deck 12. So, and again, a lot of loungers for you to choose from. These stairs take you down to a little area on deck 11 for a little bit more privacy, a little bit of quiet if you want to catch some sun. And as we circle around here, you're going to see the workout area. You got the treadmills and the bicycles and the weight room and all that. And we're going to continue around. These stairs also go down to that little area on deck 11. But there's not a lot of people up here. There's not like a bar or restaurant that are going to draw a lot of people up here. So it is kind of a quieter section on the ship. But, you know, great view. You're up so high, you could just see for miles and miles. And as we come around, you're going to see, again, the top roof section of the solarium. Right here on the right, all that glass. And now we're still on deck 12 right now, but we're now heading toward the back of the ship. The stairs here on the left are going to take you up to the rock climbing wall, which we'll get to in a minute. But I wanted to show this area because this is kind of more the sports court area. There's the rock climbing wall. And the sports court is straight ahead. Typically on a Royal Caribbean ship, they're going to have a full-size basketball court. Due to this ship being smaller, it's only a half size, but boy, this got plenty of use. A lot of the kids were there burning off a lot of energy, playing basketball, soccer, anything like that. Parents were usually on the loungers to watch the kids as they played. And we're continuing toward the back of the ship as we come up here. This is the arcade on the ship, and one of the things my son and I thought was unusual was that you cannot get to it from inside the ship. This is the only entrance, so you have to come outside the ship and walk around to get to it. Now, the nice thing is, as you can see, we're right towards the back. You can see the wake right here. These stairs head down to that outdoor section in the back of the Windjammer. So this would be a great area after you finish your meal. If you want to come up here and explore, go to the arcade, check out and see what's going on in the sports area, you can. And this is also where Izumi is. We didn't have a meal here. They do have a little bit of outside seating, but most of it's inside. Again, look down into the Windjammer. And my son did the sushi making class, but like I said, we didn't eat there. I was going to take you in just to show you the space, but when I got up to the sliding glass door, it did not slide, so they must have been closed at the time. One thing you can always do is check the cruise compass, and that'll give you the times it's open. Also, you can always make reservations for it on the website before you cruise. That would actually be my recommendation if it's something you definitely want to do. And this is a big do not enter. So we'll keep heading around this way. Now, this is kind of the little mini water park for the smaller kids. But boy, did this get a lot of use. There was almost never a time I walked by there where there wasn't a lot of activity happening here. Kids have a little swimming pool they can be in. They've got the water slide right there. Nothing crazy, but they were having fun with that. And a lot of those loungers, again, are for the adults to keep an eye on the kids as they play. So we're taking these stairs now up to deck 13. This is now the very top of the back of the ship. And specifically, it's where the rock climbing wall is. Get a good look at that right here on the right. And then this area has something that's kind of unique. This bridge area that we're going to cross in just a second, where you can look down into the sports court area as well as into the little water park for the kids. And like I said, kids were always in there playing soccer, basketball, whatnot. Middle of the day here, so the kids were enjoying the water. You can see the water slide here is nothing crazy, but they were having fun with that. And as we continue, one of the neat things, I think, is the setup that they have for the miniature golf. You're in the very back of the ship, at the very top of the ship, and all along here, right along the glass, they have the miniature golf course. Again, this is something complimentary on the Royal Caribbean ship, so there's no charge. Grab a golf ball, golf club, have some fun, put it all back when you're done, and you have a great time. This is a great area just to come up and take a look around because you can just see for miles and miles up here. But this is one of those you may need to get out and explore a little bit to really find it, but it's worth the trek. And then as we come back to that bridge, this is going to give you a good view of the rock climbing wall, which is good for being a smaller ship. It's actually a really nice size rock climbing wall compared to some of the larger ships. And we're going to stop and take a quick look around. You can just see how far you can see. It was a beautiful day. I think this was on our way back from Cozumel. Now we're back to early morning here. Now this is deck 13, but this is up in the front of the ship. So as I mentioned, if you are sailing out of Tampa and you want to get a good look at everything when you sail under the Sunshine Skyway, this deck 13 might be the perfect place to go. I was one deck below, as you'll see towards the end of the video here. But also lots of loungers here. This is another nice quiet place. If you just want to lay down, relax, catch some sun, this is a perfect spot for it. And I think we were coming up, getting ready to dock at Cozumel, but you can just see what a beautiful sky we had that morning and everything. And we'll continue around this way. And this is something fun I like to do on any of the videos. This is a sped up walk along the promenade. So mostly on decks 5 and 6. And just to give you a quick little spin around the ship, I would say make sure to take a walk around this area anytime you do a cruise on Royal Caribbean or any of the other lines. You're so close to the water. It's just nice to get out and take a walk around, take a look at things. People are relaxing. You go all the way from the front to the back of the ship and circle around. So it's a lot of fun to do. And shortly here we go. We're going to come up on the Sunshine Skyway. So as I mentioned, we sailed out of Tampa. Our cruise was a 4-night cruise. It was Thursday to Monday. And we set sail at about 4:30. This is pretty close to about 6:30 by the time we got to the bridge. You're in Tampa Bay that whole time, so it takes a while to get to the bridge. I thought it would be a lot quicker than that, but it's definitely worth it. But I also thought it was interesting how many people were here to see us go under the bridge when practically every day you go under a bridge or over a bridge and it's no big deal. For some reason, this one was just a lot of fun being on a cruise ship like this and sailing under it. I also think it would be neat to be one of the cars on the bridge looking down as a cruise ship sailed underneath you. Now, Carnival had one of their ships that left right after us. They were right behind us as we were sailing, but as you can see, when you come up here, it's really kind of a neat thing to do because you do really get close to the bridge. The one thing I missed, I think it would be fun to do it at night when the bridge was all lit up. I think that would have a little extra special effect to it. But everybody was really having fun with it. It was kind of a neat thing. And then shortly after, everybody leaves and they either go down to the dining room or back to their room to get cleaned up. I hope you enjoy the video and remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for checking out my video, and remember, if you're looking for a cruise, contact me and I'll find the perfect cruise vacation for you.